Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrofil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. Verse of all, let us praise the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has bestowed His grace on us. Thanks to Allah's blessings, we are still given help until now. The honorable judges, teachers, and all my beloved friends, I am delivering a speech about the rise of Muhammadiyah Millennial future leader. Before that, let me introduce myself. I'm Dyah Ayu from Vocational High School Muhammadiyah 1 of Pandaan. Teenagers nowadays really like to use social media for communication, like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and etc. But sometimes they neglect to be a good user, especially in literacy. In fact, teenagers' reading interest is very low, even though the culture of reading or Iqra needs to be applied when using social media, so that it is not easy to believe in hoax issues. In Al-Baqarah Surah verse 36, that how truly the presence of humans, which was created by God perfectly, had become a discussion between God and the angels. However, the angel was objected, but when God said, "You just don't know," the devil did not expect his portion being replaced by human just like that. So Satan asked God to give him the full of lifetime in this world. Then God allowed it and determined with an exception. That was the essential humans would not be tricked by Satan. Due to the fact that if Satan were not essential being replaced, they were falling into a bad accident. And at the God's permission, Satan immediately did the misdirection work. In this mortal world, the same devil, the devil who once deceived Adam and Eve to fall into the sin, the devil will not be silent. The devil brings equal strength through the mind, the lost mind, poor equal, poor confirmation, and God said in the first paragraph, "Afala ta'qilun." That is a legal requirement to be a Muslim, to be a muttaqin, to be a muhlisina lahuddin, and having reasonable thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, as the successor of generation of the Enlightened, the young generation must be smart in using social media, which is not only spread some things interesting but also must be able to be equal. Equal here means that we may find knowledge and information through anywhere. We have to filter ourselves by keeping the good and preventing the bad. Apart from Iqra, the generation of the enlightened must understand Hikmah or the struggle of Muhammadiyah. It is not enough just to know what Muhammadiyah is and so on, but we also have to understand what kind of struggle it is. It is related to the generation system. Have we created the next successor of Muhammadiyah that is proper with the Muhammadiyah system? The successor education is something important because how can be an enlightener for the country? Meanwhile, Muhammadiyah's successor still don't understand the meaning of Hita. How can we create a progressive enlightenment generation if the Muhammadiyah insiders do not even come the Muhammadiyah and never know the generation education system? Through Muhammadiyah such as Al-Namrati, Darul Arqam, Basic, Baitul Arqam, and so on, this program will make Muhammadiyah blind because from the start they have already blind. That will destroy the essence of the Muhammadiyah, which has been painstakingly studied, and the ideas of Dyah Ayu. If Muhammadiyah insiders do not come from the original any mixture and do not want to learn, whoever they want, how can they create an enlightened generation for Muhammadiyah for the nation with an insecure system? The fact that makes it sad is when those who understand Muhammadiyah sometimes didn't want to be enforced in Muhammadiyah. How can they sell the fate of our enlightened generation? So it is necessary to reconcile and revisit how our generation system works. Don't just do nothing but embrace and look back at what Muhammadiyah struggle looks like. Struggling Hitong Muhammadiyah, that is called a strategy system, is an outline containing methods, formulations, and struggling systems so that Muhammadiyah remains istiqomah in carrying out its da'wah functions and constitute an Islamic movement that takes in part the social field. Through the stabilization and coaching improvement and movement ideology among successors, leaders, and members of association as a solidarity, basics, and strengths of struggle in realizing Muhammadiyah's goals. As the student of Muhammadiyah that someday become a Muhammadiyah successor, we have to always participate actively in every event of Muhammadiyah such as PPM, Hawaii, Taruna Melati, and others. It means we have to improve ourselves of belonging about Muhammadiyah so that the Muhammadiyah generation will achieve not only intellectual but also progress. Remember that Muhammadiyah leads to bright and later future in Islamic side. Let's see your history, great and beyond letter. So may Allah, the light beyond light, let all of us. And are you ready for that? Ask yourself. That's all speech that I can deliver in front of you. I'm sorry if I had a mistake. That's enough for me. Thanks for your attention. And Dyah Ayu having sound from Vocational High School Muhammadiyah 1 of Pandaan Center. Nun, welcome to my school. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.